No, do this.
Hi, Natasha. Bienvenida, Natasha. Te escuchamos.
No, no, Spanish.
Hey, I'm just coming. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh, so sweet. Are we on? Okay.
Soñadora y igual que conozcas de nosotros, todo siempre será a tu favor. Somos un centro de aprendizaje que logrará que tu vida cambie y sea para mejor. Igualdad de oportunidades para todas las edades, no tenemos condición.
Sintoniza en nuestro canal.
Expande tus curiosidades, deja atrás las ansiedades, solo sigue tu corazón. Élite y fuerza, centro de aprendizaje, tu seguro con pasaje, tu camino al éxito.
Latinoamérica para el mundo.
Juntos en tu viaje, tu sueño será la clave, tu producto es el mejor con nosotros. No es difícil, nada aquí es fácil, pero con mi apoyo digital estarás ready para posicionarte todita en las redes como un influencer artista que hay que vivir duro. Confías a tu futuro con las estrategias que te damos, no habrá apuro que pueda contenerte, eso lo seguro. No te arrepentirás, juntos somos uno. Derribamos barreras para que te concentres mejor. Solo veo una hermandad que como quiera ser un campeón. Empresa mundial con mucha calidad, tenemos lo que quieras, versatilidad, todas las herramientas, alta fidelidad, cuenta con nuestro apoyo en cualquier lugar. Centro de aprendizaje, tu seguro con pasaje, tu camino al éxito. Élite y fuerza, juntos en tu viaje, tu sueño será la clave, tu producto es el mejor con nosotros. No nos apruebes, no te hagas de rogar, es la manera que tú tienes de triunfar. Ten por seguro que te vamos a ayudar, es el futuro lo que vas a asegurar. Las preocupaciones de tu vida ya se van, un nuevo comienzo ahora acaba de empezar. Esta historia linda va a tener un gran final, celebremos con una botella de champán. Igualdad de oportunidades para todas las edades, no tenemos condición. Élite y fuerza, centro de aprendizaje, tu seguro con pasaje, tu camino al éxito. Élite y fuerza, juntos en tu viaje, tu sueño será la clave, tu producto es el mejor con nosotros. Haremos para ti.
Hello.
Natasha, how are you? Welcome. Bienvenida.
How are you?
Good, good. And yourself? Happy to have you.
So you're decorated with all the balloons and everything.
Yes, we're having a party here. Come on, guys. Vengan, vengan.
So shall we start?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I have you probably didn't watch us on Facebook, but I was just live before, and I have introduced you to our audience. They are waiting for lovely Natasha. She has a master's on linguistics, and she's also professional in PNL or NLP.
NLP practitioner.
Yes, exactly right. And today, lovely Natasha is talking to us about gratitude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
I have shared the PPT file with you.
Yes.
So to begin with, first of all, we have the word affirmation. Okay. So when we talk about affirmation, there are multiple things which comes to a person's mind who haven't been into this. So basically, affirmation could be a single word or a group of words, a phrase, or a sentence which actually affects or impacts our life in one or the other way. Consciously or unconsciously depends upon us that how we want it to work for us. Okay, so affirmation motivates, inspire, encourages a person to take action and realize the goals of life, prioritize the goals, and take action accordingly. So, whenever we talk about affirmations or how do they work, we always have this thing in our mind that would it work for me or not. So, affirmation or the law of attraction, because these two things are connected with each other, it will work no matter what. Either you believe it or not, but it will work. The reason is that the way law of gravity works, it won't happen that if I believe in law of gravity and suppose any of you doesn't believe in law of gravity, if I jump from a window and you also jump from the same window, so you will fly and I'll fall down because I believe. No, it works with everyone in the same way. Either you believe it or not. So when we talk about affirmations, basically there are a set of words which people use as a manifestation tool. If you want to manifest something, just keep saying that word, and yes, also provided that how much you are involved and evolved as a person, accordingly it will happen. Then it is followed in every culture. Consciously or unconsciously, as a human, even our ancestors have been following it. We might not know, but yes, we do, knowingly or unknowingly. So instead of unknowingly do this and making disasters and attracting things which we don't want to attract in life, try to do it consciously so that we can attract what actually we want to attract. And then it is an accepted science. Now, it is, there are multiple books written on this. It is next slide. Next, please. Okay, so the next one. Next one, yes. So yeah, it is a set of words which people use as a manifestation tool. Whenever you want to manifest something, say those words in a proper way, which I'm going to tell you later, that how to use these words from your life, and it is followed in every culture. Every single culture has been following it, either knowingly or unknowingly, and still we do that. Yes. Sorry, I can't hear you. If you don't mind, come to the chat box and type so that I could see whatever you want to say. So it is followed by every religion and every culture is following it, and it is an accepted science that if you do these things technically, you will definitely adapt things and you will attract things whatever you want to. Okay, so next slide, please. So basically, affirmation and gratitude is interlinked. Affirmation says that use a word and it will definitely, it is not the one. So whatever we say in our life, it will manifest our circumstances in one or the other way. So we have to understand that either we want to hold our things in a certain way, or we want our life to be the driver. There are only two ways. Basically, it acts as our subconscious brain acts. Whatever we keep saying, it sinks into our brain, it sinks into our subconscious part of the brain, and our subconscious part of the brain make it to action. And the moment we realize that what is the science behind it, you will actually notice a difference, that when there are things which we have been doing unknowingly, but when we start doing it knowingly and we make it a practice, things become a lot easier for us. So basically, affirmation and gratitude, these two things are interlinked. Whatever we say, that means the things which we affirm, and whatever we affirm becomes our thought. And whenever it becomes our thought, it becomes our feeling. And whenever our body feels something, we emit the same vibration, which is also known as vibes. You have listened that somebody has a good vibe or somebody shares a very negative vibe. So it is all about that. So whenever we share some sort of vibes or we emit some sort of vibes, we attract the same things in our life, because it all depends upon the attraction of how things attract, and how actually we want make things to work for us. So when we emit some certain vibrations, same things or the same opportunities will be attracted by us. And if we are actually wise enough to use affirmations in a proper way, we will be able to attract things in a good way. Okay, so the next slide. As I have said that I'll tell you that how to use these vibrations or the vibes technically, previous one, to make it work for us. There are certain ways. If you keep sitting in your home and chanting a successful life, successful life, successful, you won't be successful, because you haven't provided the point to your subconscious part of the brain, that how will I become successful, or what is actually success for us. For someone, earning $1,000 per day is success. For someone, maybe $5,000 per day is success. But the point is that you have to give your subconscious brain a specific measurable unit, that this is success for me, and anything which is not at that level is not success. So yes, the technique behind affirmation is that you need to provide your subconscious part of the brain a proper thing, or a proper a proper figure, that this is success for me. Now, when we actually want to become successful in life, we need to use these affirmations technically. And because we all know that affirmation is a natural thing and we have been using it since ages, and knowingly or unknowingly, that is another thing. But yes, we actually affirm and we attract the same thing. Now, if we bind those affirmations with environment, it will become a miraculous thing, because it will give you results multiple times stronger and earlier. Now, what is the natural environment? What is the natural resource? The first resource which we have, which nature has gifted us, is food, and then we have earth, and then we have water. So while preparing food, or while consuming food, I have seen a lot of people who says that if there's a person who is cooking, he'll be saying, why I have to cook this for my people, why there isn't any other person who is there to cook, or okay, this is the only thing which I have to do in life, what failure I am. So whenever you are thinking all these patterns, the vibration which you are emitting is a negative one, and it will affect the food in the same way. And while emitting all those things in a negative way, how would a people be expecting a positive outcome? Because it's not going to happen at all. So whenever we are preparing food, or whenever we are consuming food, we actually have to have some positive information. There are many people, there are many practitioners who says that if you, while preparing food or while consuming food, if you turn on a bit music, a soft music, that will calm your brain and all the stress will be gone. So for that time you won't be in any stress situation, and if you're not stressed at all, you will be having a better better food quality, and that quality, if you are consuming, you will become a good person. Now if at that moment you start to develop a positive affirmation that this is the food which is supposed to give me health, which is supposed to give me multiple benefits, and I will eat it and I'll become more successful, or whatever you want to affirm in life, definitely that food will affect your whole being. Now the next natural thing is the earth, which we actually don't bother because it is gifted to us, So earth, when we talk about earth, there are affirmations which we could develop, that if you are walking by a street and you take minimum three garbage item, maybe a certain snack packets or whatever, so which is not actually created by you, because in our life the things are, the mess is not ours, it's basically the other ones. So if you pick every three item from road with the affirmation that this is XYZ problem and I am throwing it into the bin, I am throwing it out of my life, your life will be sorted. The point is that how you are supposed to manifest it, when you are actually binding your affirmation with these natural things, when, because this is something which you are doing consciously and you are actually throwing an item, a garbage, a negative thing from your life. For example, there is a dispute with a boss or any relationship issue, you can just take anything and put it into the bin with an affirmation, this is the problem XYZ, and now I am throw it out of my life. And you will start practicing it for minimum 21 and maximum 40 days, because our neuron pattern takes 21 to 40 days, depends upon how much we are involved into a ritual as a person. Things going to happen in your favor. And the last resource which I have mentioned is water. Water is the only element which absorb any negativity or any positivity very quickly. So if you take water, and there was an experiment conducted somewhere in the world, Iran, and I think in Japan as well. So which says that there were two bottles of water, two containers of water. Both were kept in different directions, and people were supposed to say good words, good affirmations, gratitude to one container and negative words to the other container. And after a specific time, when they tested the water, the container of water which received gratitude and positivity actually made a beautiful crystals within that, and the container of water which received negativity, negative words, negative affirmations, made actually very ugly crystals. So it's proof that yes, water absorbs the vibrations and thoughts. So whenever we are consuming water, or whenever we want to take water in our life, just think of good things instead of the bad things. And also, if you stop wasting water, you have the emotional imbalance issue. So if you want, because the more you waste water, the more emotionally imbalanced you will be. And this is, by the way, whatever I'm talking about is a science, so you can Google it later. So when you start not to waste water and try not to, and if you're sensitive enough that you have seen a tap open and you are sensitive enough to go and close it, you will never have liquid crunch issue in your life, and you will never have emotional imbalance issues in your life, because this is not the thing which you are actually attracting. So this is how we can combine these things into our life and make it working for us. Now if we put gratitude in the food after consuming food, if we thank food, it will look quite absurd that what now I have to thank a food which I have already eaten. But if you start practice after consuming every meal, you start to thank the food because it has actually fulfilled your need, you will see a change in your life. And about earth, you have to be thankful towards it, because this is something which is actually providing you space to live, trees to consume oxygen for free, and water obviously, because we are getting many things from water. Water is the basic life element, if you have seen. So if you start thinking, or if you start the gratitude in your own self, so you'll feel and you'll notice the change. Now, what is gratitude? If there is anyone who wants to answer this in the chat box. No one? Okay. So basically, when we talk about gratitude, it means acceptance of who we are. Gratitude is all about the acceptance that who we are. And by acceptance, I just mean that we have to accept ourselves without any grudge and any criticism. The problem is that we can't even accept our own selves, because we think that somehow we are actually not so much good in certain ways. Now, gratitude has two benefits majorly. It develops acceptance and it diminishes rejection. First of all, let's discuss about develops acceptance. You know, when we say thank you, that means we are accepting the things as they are. So that is the reason why we are happy with that thing, and we are showing our thankfulness towards some certain things. So it actually develops an acceptance in our brain, and when our brain is programmed to accept the things, we are more adaptable towards society, and there are many things which doesn't affect us in the same way which it could otherwise. So the other point is diminished rejection. You know, sometimes we say that, okay, thank you so much for whatever I am, but I wish if I was the other person. I wish if I was a bit smaller or a bit thinner or a bit thicker. So when these things happen in your brain, the point is that what if you start using the what if it could happen, what if I was the other person, what if I was the president, you may say. So whenever what if is used, you are actually rejecting who you are subconsciously. Because when you say what if, that means you're unhappy with your condition. If you're saying, okay, fine, I'm a bit thick or I'm a bit bulky, what if I was smaller? What if I was size zero? Okay, acceptance is good. You know who you are, and if you're working with it, which is perfectly fine. But the first step is to accept who you are, embrace yourself, and then work out on it. But the first point is accept yourself. And when you say, what if it could have happened? What if I was prettier? That is the point where you're rejecting yourself. Okay, I am thankful for whatever. Okay, fine, I'm actually thankful for my skin color. But what if I was a bit more fairer or a bit tan? So whenever you say what if, you're actually rejecting of who you are. And when you start rejecting who you are, rejection has some sort of consequences within it, and that consequences basically is a negative thing, and it does the same to your brain and to your whole system, whatever a no does. Suppose if there's a person who has said no to you, if there's a friend of yours who is wearing a beautiful watch, and you ask, and you go and ask your friend, can I see your watch? And your friend says no. What will be doing? It will actually, you'll be feeling shattered, because no does something very negative and very bad to your whole system. And negative words, especially no, is all the crap which we have to emit. If your friend is asking you to hang out or for a tour to some beautiful place, and you say no, it will actually it will actually humiliate the person, that the person is not accepting you. And the same thing is happened to you subconsciously. You don't realize that is another thing, but it is happening to you, which will affect your whole being sooner or later, depending upon how aggressive you were while you were saying no to something. So always being grateful and always being the person who says yes, actually, instead of it is good for the other person, it is actually good for your own self, because this is you who has said that. This is you who have thought about it. The next person just listens, and then the next person, if the next person is wise enough, he won't register the negative words. like negative words, doesn't include only no or not. It includes tired. It includes depression, depressed, work stress. Because this is something which is all crap, and that shouldn't be there in our system. Because the moment we start reacting to those things, if we suppose if you are home one day and people will be saying, "Oh, don't talk to that person. He's very tired or she's very tired." The next moment you will actually start feeling very tired, no matter how much you were energetic while you were back to your home. But since you have chanted or you have listened that she or he is tired, 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 the blessings or the affirmations which you have been receiving is of tired, so your brain registers same thing which is fed to it. Now, no matter what, if the next person will stop saying after a week, you will still be feeling tired. Why? Because your brain has registered. This is the time where I have to feel tired, no matter what, no matter how much the meter of stress is with me. But I have to feel stress because I am asked to feel stress. So this is how it works. And now, if there were actually some experiments conducted in West, and they were people who were asked to chant yes, 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 and after some time, some measurable time, when they were, the machine attached to their brain and the aura scanning machines, they measured that the aura was widespread because of the positivity, because of chanting yes, and because of chanting the positive words. So actually, whenever you are thankful, which is the biggest affirmation, people says that the biggest affirmation is love. But love is nothing unless or until you are not thankful for that. You will keep saying love, 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 whatever affirmation you do, you will receive a lot of love, no doubt. But if you are not ready to keep it with you through affirmations of gratitude, you won't be able to keep it with you for a longer time. You will receive it and then it will skip. Then the new person or the new opportunity will come and it will again skip because you're not ready to keep that opportunity. So we have to be thankful to create. Now there are people who says that whatever we have done in our life or whatever we have achieved in our life, there's no need to be thankful about it because it's something which we work for, and this is whatever in our karma. So that is the reason why we have achieved. Now the point is that you haven't, if you haven't created that future today, you won't be receiving that results tomorrow. If it is all because of your karma, if it is all because of your luck, so this is the luck which you are creating today. There's no luck which is, this is how I am designed, this is how the universe want me to do. Universe, God, any supreme power doesn't want you to do anything at all. So this is all the things which we have piled up in your brain that my God doesn't want me to do. But God is not sadist or universe is not sadist. Okay, so it is you who doesn't want to put effort, and then you say, this is the reason why I'm not successful, this is the reason why I can't manifest things. You can't manifest things because you don't know how to manifest things. This is the point. Otherwise, there's no deity, no supreme power, just say this one that there's someone there up in the spaces or the universe saying, the person who has been wearing blue shirt since 2 days, I am not going to throw any luck to that person because he has been wearing blue shirt. No, there is no logic like this. The more you put effort, the more you will get results. There's no lucky dress. Now people have said that I have a lucky pen and I have a lucky dress. If I wear that dress, I'll be the slayer or I'll be the charmer of the day. If I write anything from any particular pen, I'll be successful. No, there's nothing related because you have actually tied your subconscious brain to that very pen. Now, if you don't find that pen, your subconscious brain will tell that, hello, Mr. I am subconscious brain and I'm not going to work because you don't have your lucky pen with you. If you put that lucky pen in a case and you say, okay, this is the case, and someone is notified of yours and the person changed the case with another pen, you won't realize until unless you won't see the pen because your subconscious brain know the case of that pen. So there's no lucky things, lucky charms. Yes, people have believe in them. Positive affirmations do happen because things or words written on them has an aura field around them which affects your aura. But there's no lucky pen or no lucky dress. Whatever dress you're wearing will be lucky for you if you program your brain that yes, I am lucky, no dress will affect me, no pen will affect me, because luck is me. I am the one who influences certain things in my life. And if you develop the gratitude thing in your life, so definitely things will be far more easier. Now the gratitude develops acceptance. You will be more adapted towards things because you are accepted. It actually helps people to accept the reality. Suppose if there is a toxic friend of yours who has walked from your life, instead of saying or thinking, okay, I was okay with that friend no matter what, but I was okay, I was happy while the person was around. This is all the crap because you don't want that to happen. You have put yourself into misery and you don't want to come out of it. So this is the reason why you don't want the person to leave you, because your brain has accepted that this guy has to live in misery, so I can't be happy for them. So the next is it diminishes rejection. When you wholeheartedly accept things, automatically you will reject the rejection which you have built in yourself. Okay, so when you want things to work your way, you won't have to reject anything, just accept whatever is coming towards you is because of you. So nothing, no circumstance has anything to do with it, it's you. So if you want to change something, change your habits and you will be having a changed life. Okay, now to begin with, we might not be contented with how our body is, how it looks or how it feels. By looks we mean the appearance, and by feel we mean the mentality. By looks we have to accept it, no matter you are well, first of all, everybody is beautiful in their own way, but if there's a person who thinks that I am ugly, so nothing will happen if you won't accept that you are ugly. And yes, if you're working out with it, it's fine, it is perfect because you are doing something. But the first step is accepting. Now, what problem is with humans that we don't accept things that way we want to. We always reject things. If there is someone who is not educated enough, he will flaunt, I am such a wise, no matter how I'm not educated, but I'm a very wise man. This is the point where he rejects what he is, and when he rejects who he is and what he is, he will stop the opportunity of wiseness which might come from the other person in his life, or maybe a friend who give him certain piece of advice. So he blocks all the energies because he's rejecting who he is. And how we look is again the same thing. You're working with it perfect, but you don't have to stick with that I'm fine. Work with it and make whatever you want to happen. So if you are actually not accepting the things, you are subconsciously rejecting it, and this is the thought which you are radiating to the universe. Now if the thought is of rejection, you will never ever be able to accept the things, because you are actually creating a rejection and you are radiating the same thought, and that rejection thought is a negative one. So if that thought is a negative one, how will you be expecting your life to become more positive? Because our life only become positive in one way, if we want to accept the things and eliminate all the negativity. No is such a crap thing which you shouldn't say ever at all. And if there is some conditions where you have to say no, for example, if there's someone who is asking you to go out and you are supposed to say no, don't say no. Use some synonym of that. Say, okay, maybe later, I'll think over it. I can't answer it right now. There are multiple things which can beautifully become the substitution of no. But no is something which does a damage to your own self first. Yet you're not sure that the damage will happen to the next person or not. Because if the person is positive, that no won't cause any damage. I have seen people, actually one of my teacher who says that I don't sleep more than 4.5 hours in night, and this is his normal sleep. And whenever he's vacationing or something, this 5 hours, not more than that. And when somebody says, "Sir, aren't you tired?" he says, "Excuse me, what is tiredness? I'm not aware of this. What is stress? I'm not aware of this." So because he rejects, his brain doesn't register that negative thought, that negative word, the tired, the no. because he actually, and he is super energetic in his 60s, and he's super fresh because he rejects negativity. So negative words affect you instead of affecting the other person. So for your betterment, stop saying all these stuff. Now, the question arises that, okay, fine, we know what affirmation is, we know gratitude is the most supreme affirmation. Now, how to use gratitude and to whom to use? Things which you can do with it is the moment you wake up and you leave your bed. First thank would be of your own self, of your own pretty, beautiful self, because this is something which is significant and your individuality counts. So thank yourself for who you are. Thank God because He has created all the things for you. The supreme power, the universe, whosoever you believe in, just thank that deity. And then to your mind and your body, to your own self. Now, whenever you are supposed to thank yourself, as I have said previously, that whenever you are supposed to thank yourself, drop the negativity that I am not focused. Okay, I have woken up, but I can't do anything today because, okay, thank you so much, my body, that I'm up today for work, but I know I won't be able to do good things. And there are many people who are always criticizing their own self. You know, rejection has its consequences. So the moment you start criticizing yourself, I try hard to study, but I'm not focused. So when you are not focused and when you are yourself criticizing yourself instead of appreciating yourself, how will you be expecting others to appreciate your existence? Because you yourself are not thankful for who you are. So respect yourself and value yourself. Never ever try to demotivate yourself that I can't do this. There is every single thing which you can do. Point is that do it wisely. Otherwise, you'll create disasters. And if you want to perform something, do it again wisely and give your subconscious brain a measurable unit so that it could act upon it. And then to the people you meet in life, thanks to the people I meet in life, and the people might be your family, it might be your friends, it might be the colleagues, the people you meet in life. It definitely could be a bossy person in your life, because you have to thank, because they exist, and they exist because of them the society is there. Otherwise, if you were alone on an island, you won't be able to survive for more than a week, because there won't be another human being to see, there won't be any other human being to appreciate, and there won't be another human being to criticize. And especially human beings are designed to criticize, no matter how much we try to feel reluctant, but please yet do it anyway. So first of all, first thank has to be to the God or to whomever you believe in, and then to your mind and your body, because this is who you are. You know, your appearance is your face. You have to accept it, and you want to be thankful for your body for being in the world. And then to your mind, because this is something which is actually driving you. So you have to thank because it has been driving you so far in life, no matter whatever age of you is right now, but it has some impact on your life. And then to the people you meet every day, and then to your city and your country. Now, there are many people have seen, and we all have seen, always criticizing where they live. The street is dirty, there's all dirt all over, and the country is not paying you back in the right way. We always keep criticizing. There's so much garbage, there's so much crime, street crimes and all. So in this way you are attracting, because when you think there's so much street crime, there should not be any street crime. There's simple formula. If because the universe and our subconscious brain both doesn't understand no. If you say someone there should not be any crime, so the affirmation you are throwing to the universe or to your subconscious brain is crime, because no is not understandable. So you are attracting more crime. Instead of using the different words, suppose if you have placed two beautiful plants in your balcony, and I suggest all of you to do this, because it is a very good practice to learn more about affirmation, that how beautiful it affects. Place two plants in your balcony, and while watering both of them, ask one plant that I am watering with all my heart. The water contains my heart, and I know
that with all this love, you will glow, you will grow faster. To the other plant, just create negative words. Okay. Now there is another thing which I have to do in my life. I have to water this plant. It's such an ugly plant. And if you keep practicing it for minimum 21, maximum 40 days, you will see that the plant you have been, abusing, or you were saying negative things, won't grow at all. It will die eventually. And the plant, you'll be saying positive things in your while watering the plant. You will see that it will go faster. It will become more beautiful. This is how because plants or whatever the universe it is affecting, it is not the plant. It is basically the message which we are sending to universe, and universe is sending us back things in the way we want them to be. Even if there's a plant who is dying and you keep watering it for 20 days while saying that you will live, you have to live because you are so much beautiful, you have so many things in life, and you will grow no matter what, but you will grow. You will see the plant will start coming back to the life because you are actually putting good affirmations to that. So this is the only logic, because whatever you are sending message, you will be receiving the same things. And no word is not understandable. Now, if you are saying if suppose if there is any friend of yours who is going out of country or who is driving for like 10 hours, and you'll say, will you be ever be saying to the person that may you never meet any accident? No. We always say, have a safe journey, have a peaceful journey. That's the case, na? We never say, may you don't have any accident. No, because we don't want to put, and our brain isn't designed to put negative things. It is us, who we are creating the negativity around us, but we are always there to give positive blessings and positive information to the next person, because no is not understandable to the universe and to our brain as well. Whenever we are saying anything with no, may I won't get ill, you will get ill, because not is not understandable on whatever the strongest affirmation is being ill. So you will eventually catch a flu or cold or whatever, but you will be, no matter for it is for 10 days or for 1 day, but it will happen definitely. So then the negative people. Now the point is that what to thank to the negative people. It is because of the negative people that we value the positive people. If there is every single person we see at our workplace, and every single person is saying, you are perfect, you're doing a great job, you're perfect, you're doing a great job. After a few days, you'll notice that you won't be able to listen to even to your boss. Why? Because you think that I am the boss, everybody says I am perfect, so I am perfect. But this is not the case. The more you accept criticism, the more your soul will get higher. The more your soul will get higher, the more you'll become humble. And the more you'll become humble, there won't be any ego issue. And if there won't be any ego issue, you will become more adaptive towards things. And the more we adapt things, the more we can become evolved in the nature and with the humans. And human being is a social animal. You can't live without humans, no matter they are good, they're bad, or whatever, even if you don't want to leave your bad friends. Because they have different reasons for people, but bottom line is no one wants to leave. Yes, you become angry, you criticize them, but you don't want to break the friendship with them unless it is not something which is very huge. So yes, to negative people as well, because whenever you want to thank, you will become more humble in your life, because you will automatically realize that I am nothing without these things or without these beings in my life. So with this note, I will like to give some rest to my throat, and you're all welcome for the questions if you have any, please. So if you have any questions, please ask.
I do. I like to ask Natasha.
Yes.
Basically, when we are depressed, our brains find it difficult. However, we might already know that negative affirmations will just sink us in more into depression. It is when you are in a state of depression, just to pronounce positive affirmations become a task. Is there a way that you can facilitate this to people that are experiencing some sort of depression?
Yes. Yes. So you have just mentioned that if there is a person who is suffering from depression, what affirmation would affect that person. So first of all, there is a simple logic which we have to understand. No matter the people who are suffering from depression, it is very difficult for them to cope up with it. But try to convince your brain. You know, Buddha says your brain is the best enemy, sorry, the best friend, the best servant, and the worst enemy. Depends upon how you train your brain. So, because you have accepted, yes, I am depressed, this is the reason you are depressed. It might sound harsh, and I'm so sorry for that. But because you have accepted that I'm depressed, this is the reason you are depressed. Okay. And the affirmation which you have just asked, you won't be saying, I'm not depressed, I'm not depressed, I'm not depressed. Instead, you'll be saying, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. So if you take 30 seconds from now to 20 seconds, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. A long, take deep breaths. Inhale from your nose, exhale from your mouth. After these 3 deep breaths, close your eyes, free yourself from every kind of stress which you're having right now, whatever the stress, work stress, relationship issues, and issues. Whatever things which is in your mind, just, eliminate all those things. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and for 5 times say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm a peaceful being. And after those 5 minutes, take deep breaths and open your eyes, you will actually notice a difference. No matter the difference is of 1%, 10%, 20%, depending upon how much you are depressed right now, and how much you are putting the effort in coming out of that depression, right? So the more you are evolved into that very practice, the more you'll feel the difference. So if you do this practice, and if you keep doing this practice early morning, because this is actually the science behind this, let me tell you the thing, is that our subconscious brain is very active 10 minutes after we wake up and 10 minutes before we sleep. You have heard that thing that Madame Curie, how did she came up with this radium formula, I guess. She was half asleep and she was writing something, and when she woke up, she saw that this is the formula which she has been working on, because every answer is there in our brain. It is we who cannot seek it. Okay. So people who are depressed, right after waking up, drink some water or whatever you do, freshen yourself up and whatever you do. Okay. Now then take calmly, sit in a peaceful place where there is no disturbance, in a cozy atmosphere. If it is winter, things are obviously there to facilitate human being. So, and if it is summer, go outside, take a walk, and walk is a must thing when you are suffering from depression. Take deep breaths and start chanting, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. You will notice the difference. Now your brain has, small thread-like structures, which is known as neuron pattern. Now your neuron pattern takes minimum 21 days, maximum 40 days, depends upon how much involved you are and how much faith you are. And if you don't have faith in any practice, don't practice. And if you don't have any faith in medicine, don't take that medicine. Because this is something which you are not actually believing. And miracles start when you start accepting and believing. When you believe it will happen, it will definitely happen. This is the whole point, and this is the whole science. Now, for minimum 21, maximum 40 days, depending upon how much our brain is able to change the neuron pattern, you will feel the difference. And if there's a person who takes medicines for depression, I can bet on it and I can swear on it, you will leave those depression antidepressants. Why? Because this is your brain who has accepted I'm happy. And when you're happy, you don't need to take any depressant. Okay? So just keep this practice going on for 20 times or 21 times, 10 minutes right after waking up, 10 minutes before you go to sleep. While releasing all the thoughts, all the negativity from your life, just say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Also, there are a few things that what happiness is for you. Now, we have to understand that if the depression is because of insecurity,
we have to deal with that insecurity first. And if that depression is because of some anger, or with some, some sort of emotional imbalance that is the depression cause, we have to deal with that first. But most of the times, this technique, what I was just told right now, definitely works. So try it with the faith, keeping the faith in it that yes, this is the technique which will work, and accept your mind that okay, this is the time where I have to stop my antidepressant because I'm involving universe to help me, and there's nothing supreme that universe. There's nothing stronger than your brain. Next question, if you have.
Yes, thank you, Natasha. I think you've just mentioned something that is so important, which is the fact that our brain is our servant.
Yes.
Our brain
Yes.
does what we tell it to do. It's not the opposite. And we've grown
Yes.
up thinking that no, it is our brain dictating our lives. It is
Okay.
from our brain that our perception comes from. All the chemicals are produced because they've been dictated by our brain. But yes, it is so nice to know that we can modify that. We can
Yes.
modify.
And I would like to add something on it.
You have just mentioned what I have just said, that our brain is the biggest servant. It is just like that how we are leading our brain. Whenever you have your arm which has a pain, you say that I have pain in my arm. You don't take that I have pain. No, I don't have pain. I have pain in my arm as a separate entity. But when it comes to our brain, we don't take it as a separate entity. Instead, we take it as a whole body. Start dealing with your brain as a separate entity. Give your brain instructions. And obviously start writing whatever you want to instruct your brain. If you write, it will manifest in a different way. Now there are techniques that how to write and when to write and with what ink you have to write that. But when you start giving instructions to your brain and start dealing with your brain as a separate entity, because the moment you are telling your brain, this is my brain which asked me to do that, your value becomes zero, and your brain's value becomes increased, and your brain thinks that I am the power. I have to take decisions of her or his life. And if I'll say, if I am the brain and I say, stand up, Angelica, will you stand up? No, obviously the answer is no. So this is the same way we have to deal with the brain. We have to make our brain our servant instead of our master. Because till today, many people are the servants of their brain because they are actually the drivers of their life, but they have made the brain drivers of their life. But brain is not there to drive your life, by the way. It is you. If you want something in your life, start practicing. Things will happen. And if you start something to eliminate from your life, I have already told the practice that pick 3 garbage items and throw it with the intention and the affirmation of this is problem XYZ I'm throwing to the bin. This is the problem XYZ and I'm throwing out of my life to the bin. After 21 days, you will notice that the problem, if not completely diminished, it has started to become less problematic for you because your brain doesn't pay more attention towards that. If there's a good friend of you and you keep saying to your brain that, oh my God, this is the friend who is jealous of me, this is the friend who always think negative of me, you will feel that the friend will start doing the same things because this is what you have ordered your brain. This is the energy which has released from your brain, and this is how it will act. Yes.
Thank you, Natasha. I really appreciate your talk today. It has
Thank you
clarified
so much.
issues for us. If there is anyone else in the audience trying to ask a question, please go ahead.
Sure.
Posteriormente les traduciré la plática de Natasha en una forma resumida. Si tienen algunas preguntas, por el momento pueden hacerlas. You got a question? Make a question. Okay, there is no more questions, Natasha.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna basically translate in a very short form. Try
Yeah.
summarize the main points that you mentioned today. Your talk was very important, and I think a lot of people will benefit from this. So I will just start the translation now.
Yeah, sure.
Ok, so Natasha ahora nos habló acerca de las afirmaciones, el poder que ellas tienen sobre nuestra forma de pensar y sobre nuestro comportamiento, que es traducir la forma de pensar. Comenzamos con un pensamiento, con una idea, con una ilusión o con un dream, y eso se puede convertir en realidad dependiendo de la manera que nosotros le ordenamos a nuestro cerebro realizar los deseos de nuestro corazón. ¿Cómo reprogramamos nuestro cerebro? Es la pregunta. Y ella nos explicaba el poder de las afirmaciones. Por medio del poder de las afirmaciones podemos reprogramar nuestro cerebro. Es importante para obtener resultados dar parámetros a estas afirmaciones, darles una guía al cerebro específicamente de lo que nosotros estamos esperando que él produzca para nosotros. Por ejemplo, me propongo crear un salario de $2,000 al mes. Parecería un sueño para muchos de nosotros, para otros ya lo es una realidad y para otros ya fue una realidad y ellos han superado esa figura. ¿Qué le estamos diciendo a nuestro cerebro? Que coopere con nosotros para alcanzar este objetivo. Si a la vez también le damos fechas al cerebro, el cerebro sabrá que tiene una fecha para entregar este trabajo, prácticamente. De esta manera, comenzamos a ordenarle a nuestro cerebro a producir las vibraciones necesarias para atraer nuestro objetivo, que es, en esta vez, crear los $2,000 al mes. Natasha también nos habló de la importancia que existe en agradecer y la vibración alta que esta afirmación tiene. Es la afirmación con la vibración más alta y más positiva que existe. Así es de esta manera que cuando nos sentamos a comer, podemos agradecer los alimentos que estamos preparando para nuestra familia o los alimentos que estamos recibiendo. De la misma manera es la tierra en la que vivimos y la tierra que nos produce los alimentos que consumimos. El agua, mencionaba Natasha. Todos estos tres elementos, los alimentos, la tierra y el agua, consumen nuestras vibraciones. Es por eso que proyectar vibraciones positivas, esas proyecciones últimamente serán ingeridas por nosotros por medio de los alimentos, de la tierra y del agua. Ella también nos hablaba de que hay aproximadamente entre 21 días a 40 días para poder crear nuevas conexiones cerebrales y salir de hábitos tal vez un poco negativos o perjudiciales para nuestra salud o para alcanzar los objetivos que nos hemos planeado. Y Aceptamos de que nosotros somos unas personas que no somos capaces o de que no podemos triunfar en la vida o que no nos merecemos las cosas que otras personas tal vez las tengan. No estamos trabajando a nuestro favor. Al contrario, le estamos diciendo al cerebro, no somos merecedores de estas cosas y por ende el cerebro comienza a trabajar de esa manera, porque el cerebro no es parte de nosotros en un todo, es una parte de nuestro cuerpo al que nosotros podemos y tenemos que dirigir para que nos sirva a los propósitos que nosotros tenemos en mente. En este caso es alcanzar $2,000 mensuales, como un ejemplo. Ella también nos hablaba acerca de que estas conexiones cerebrales que ya han sido construidas y nosotros las hemos reforzado con creencias probablemente culturales, con creencias probablemente religiosas o con creencias que la sociedad nos indica, con estereotipos que normalmente son formados en sociedades y nosotros los seguimos aprobando y los seguimos aceptando como que si son normas o como que si son mandamientos. Comprender de que nosotros somos seres creados para ser felices y para obtener todo lo que necesitamos para vivir una vida cómoda y una vida satisfactoria, es comenzar por aceptarnos a nosotros mismos y aceptar de que sí somos capaces de lograr los objetivos que nos podemos proponer. De esta manera, agradeciendo que somos personas perfectas en nuestra imperfección total, todos y cada uno de nosotros somos personas ideales, somos personas únicas e irreplicables. Podemos ser reemplazados, obviamente, pero no nunca replicados, porque cada uno de nosotros como seres humanos somos personas únicas. Esto es básicamente lo que nos compartió ahora Natasha y la gran reflexión de aportar a nosotros mismos los pensamientos positivos que el cerebro necesita para ejecutar las órdenes que nosotros le estamos enviando al cerebro. Son las vibraciones las que producen los resultados que nosotros estamos obteniendo. Si nosotros no obtenemos el salario que deseamos, es porque simple y sencillamente no le estamos dando las instrucciones al cerebro adecuadas o de la manera adecuada para que el cerebro ejecute las órdenes que le estamos dando de traernos, de ayudarnos a crear esos $2,000 mensuales o de alcanzar esa meta. Okay, Natasha, I think we have concluded the session today, and I just thank you so much for your participation. It was wonderful.
All my pleasure.
Thank you so much. If you just wanted to say any words, just to say goodbye to the audience.
Yeah, sure. So that's all from my side, and now we have translated it for you. I just want to thank all of you for patiently listening to me, and all the intention behind is just to make the people who are listening to me, the lives of the people a bit better. So I have just shared my part, which I could do from so far. And thank you so much again for being a lovely listener. Bye-bye.